know how life is one thing and then in an instant it becomes something else? Like here I am, Mia, the girl who thinks about the cello and Adam, and just like that.
After a life-changing car accident, teenager Mia Hall experiences an out-of-body experience and must decide if it's worth it to wake up out of her coma and face a life far more difficult than she ever imagined. If I Stay is based on the hugely popular novel by Gayle Forman, and we're so thrilled that she, along with actress Chloë Grace Moretz, who stars as Mia in the film, are here with us on GMT this morning. Great to see you guys.
Thanks, Gary.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Is it bad to say I cried like a baby? I did not expect to cry, but I cried so much throughout this film.
Yeah.
It's a lot of things, this film. First of all, were you happy with the way it turned out?
I was very happy with the way it turned out, because crying is part of it. There should be like some kind of new rating, like PG-13, no eye makeup, and Kleenex.
Yeah, I was going to say, bring a disclaimer that you have to bring some sort of Kleenex or something like that to wipe away the tears. Do you think it stayed true to your novel?
Definitely. You know, when you are, I think as an author, what you really want is for the characters to make the transition to the screen, and really for the emotional experience of the novel to make the transition. And that's a tough thing, and I think they managed it on every level. The characters feel so much like the characters in the book. The music really comes alive, and the emotional experience, all the feels, as we say, really comes through.
Absolutely. I think this story, though, is so many things. It's a love story. It's drama. It kind of makes you realize that the life you're comfortable with and that you have today may not necessarily be there tomorrow. Was there something specific in your life that inspired this story for you to write this?
There were lots of things that inspired it. I mean, part of it was based on somewhat of a true story, which is that I had friends who were killed in an accident similar to the one that happens to Mia, and it got me thinking about all kinds of things. But then also sort of like music and love and being a parent, and a lot of the story is about the kind of sacrifices parents make for their kids without even thinking about it. So that just happened when I became a parent myself.
Yeah, as a parent myself, I loved the role these parents played in the film. And Chloë, you played Mia, the main character in this movie. I got to ask, had you read the book before you were cast in this movie?
I read the book pretty much simultaneously as I read the script, because the original script was kind of a baseline, kind of structural take from the book. And so when I met with the director, R.J. Cutler, we had all these notes on what we needed the Mia from the book to be in the story, because that was our, that was our main kind of Bible of what we had to go by.
Right.
And yeah, I fell in love with the story of Mia, and especially in the novel, it was just perfect, and I just really wanted to do it justice. And, the fans of the story, I wanted them to not feel disappointed when they walked into the movie theater.
Yeah, you did a great job portraying this character. But tell us more about this character, because I thought, essentially, in a way, you're portraying two different people. One is the Mia who's happy-go-lucky, has a lot to look forward to, she's falling in love. And then the other one is experiencing this out-of-body experience where she's experiencing heartache and loss and trauma.
Yeah.
Was that difficult to play both those very different people?
It was difficult because, it was kind of like two different Mias, as you say. I mean, the beginning is this girl falling in love who has everything to look forward to, maybe Juilliard, maybe Lewis and Clark, she's a premier cellist, she lives a very charmed life with a lot of love. And then, this big catastrophe happens, this huge tragedy, and she begins to learn what true loss is, and what pain is, and what is confusing to her is she can't feel any physical pain anymore, so it's all emotional, and she's almost trapped inside of this being, this entity that she doesn't even quite understand why she's there or how she can get out of it. So it was a really emotional process to have to play A, falling in love, which is a whole other thing on its own, and then B, the loss of your family and your life as you know it.
Speaking of falling in love, you're only 17 years old, and I was wondering, had you ever done a love scene before in a movie? You've done a lot of movies, but...
No, I never, I'm only 17, and so I'm finally at that age where I'm doing stories about people falling in love and et cetera, and it just kind of slowly but surely getting to that point. And
is that weird with all those cameras around?
It is weird.
It's gotta be weird, right?
Because you're friends and there's like a big camera there with like 400 crew members, and you're like, this is awkward.
Especially at 17 years old.
Yeah, when you're already self-conscious.
No, okay. Are you experiencing your first love, or have you already? I may have read something over the weekend that you may be involved with the eldest Beckham's son.
Oh
Is
my.
there any truth to that?
My. I have no idea. Oh my gosh, you got me live right now.
Well, you're blushing. That may tell us enough right there,
oh
right? You've been in so many films and a wide vast of different kind of films. You can stop blushing now. from the Amityville Horror to I didn't even know you were the little girl in the animated film Bolt. That's your voice. And then bringing back the classic horror film Carrie. What was that like to bring back such a classic? Was there a lot of pressure to do it justice?
Yeah, I mean, again, you know, it was really, what was the main pressure was having to live up to a Stephen King novel. You know what I mean? It's such a iconic novel, and we really wanted to make the retelling of that very genuine, you know, and very honest. And the first retelling was so brilliant and so acclaimed. So we really just wanted to kind of keep it linear with the book and really tell the true story, because you know, we had the means and the CGI and everything else to be able to go that deeply into the sci-fi element of it. So. Well,
we want to thank the two of you for coming on. It'll be interesting to see if the second novel, because this was part 1 of 2, if that becomes a movie as well.
We shall see.
We shall see. Okay, thanks, guys.
Thank
you.
Thanks for coming on. If I Stay hits theaters August 22nd, and you can meet Gayle and Chloë today at North Park Center. They will be at the North Court area between Macy's and Nordstrom's. That's from 3 to 4 o'clock this afternoon. Mike, over to you.